youtube.com/wakeupcalldt and on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. So welcome back here as we are going to be bringing you our games here. You missed a few games, so we're just going to run through them quickly here. If you missed any of them, we took a step aside, so I'm going to make sure we get to these. Philadelphia at Dallas, so we'll make a note here that we're bringing you that Philadelphia at Dallas game next, and then we'll go from there. So I don't know what people missed here, so I want to make sure that we hit all of our bases here. So we're gonna be starting with Eagles at Cowboys here for you folks, and to make sure that you didn't miss any fantasy football advice. So thank you for tuning into part 2 of our Fantasy Football Power Hour, proudly presented by the Wildcat Sports Pub on 3680 Milton Avenue in Camillus, New York. So starting with Eagles at Cowboys, so that you have all of our games here. You can watch our part 1 of NFL Week 16 inside of the Fantasy Football Power Hour, with starting with Jacksonville at the Jets, going to Washington at San Fran. So let's get into Philadelphia at Dallas. So for Philadelphia at Dallas, my plays for you this week, you got to watch the Gardner Minshew thing. I don't have him as a quarterback 1, I have him as a QB 2. If Jalen Hurts is able to go, just monitor that. Jalen Hurts is questionable with a shoulder injury. I would play Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. On Dallas' side, I got Dak Prescott as a lower-end QB1. So I don't know if I would entrust him with my fantasy this week, playing up against the best team in the country. So I don't know if I would do that. But I do like Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. I got them as running back 3s, but guys that you should put out there. And then I do like CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup, you can look at him as a potential flex for you. And Dalton, if you're going through some injuries, and I do like Dalton Schultz in the game as a tight end, mid-range to low-end tight end 1. I still have him as a tight end 1, probably a mid-range tight end 1. Las Vegas at Pittsburgh, that being our Saturday night game. We have a Thursday night, a Saturday night, and a Monday night this week. And so for Thursday night, to go back to this, I'm going to go with Derek Carr in this matchup. I have him as a lower-end QB1. He's not the guy that I would want to rely on. It depends on what you have. Somebody asked me between Gardner Minshew and Derek Carr. I said Derek Carr. But hopefully you have better opportunities than that this week. If you don't, then I would go with Derek Carr. But hopefully you have better than that at this point. No offense to the guys, just better fantasy-wise. I like Josh Jacobs in the game, Devontae Adams and Darren Waller. I like them all. For Pittsburgh, if Najee Harris is able to go, you can look at putting him out there. He's questionable with a hip injury. If not, you can pick up Jalen Warren and flex him out. Outside of that, Pat Freiermuth is the guy that I like. Maybe a George Pickens as a wide receiver 4. If Deontay Johnson is unable to go due to injury, monitor that as well with a toe injury. But right now, probably Freiermuth is your best bet, and unless Najee Harris is able to go, then he becomes a pretty good bet for you as well. So moving on from there to our Sunday games, our Sunday trio looks just like Thanksgiving, Christmas Day does, as we have a game that's early, 1 o'clock, and then we have a mid one, which is 4:30, and a night game at 8:20. Green Bay at Miami. Let's look at Green Bay at Miami. For the Green Bay Packers, I have Aaron Rodgers as a lower-end QB1, and then both teams fighting for the opportunity to be in the playoffs still. I like Aaron Jones in this game. I like A.J. Dillon as a flex out. Just watch it. He was able to not have to go through concussion protocol, but just, that's a guy I'd probably flex out as a running back 4 this week. And I like Christian Watson and flexing out Alan Lazard. Miami side of things, I like Tua Tagovailoa in this game. Raheem Mostert, I like him as a running back 3. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are worth the play as well. A lot of fantasy value on both sides. Denver and Los Angeles, they're playing each other. Neither one of them is going to the playoffs. Denver's been eliminated, and your Super Bowl champion Rams have had a giant fall from grace as they're out of the playoffs as well after winning a Super Bowl. Latavius Murray is the only guy that I put out there to flex out. Maybe Jerry Jeudy as a running back, a wide receiver 3. On the other side, I like Cam Akers and Tyler Higbee. Van Jefferson, I have him as a flex wide receiver 3. if not our wide receiver 4 this week. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. I like Tampa's defense in this one because they're playing Atlanta, but Tampa's defense has been their only bright spot on a season that's been very abysmal. They're 6-8. They're leading the division, but everybody's alive in the division because you're either 6-8 or 5-9 in the NFC South. Leonard Fournette and Rachaad White. This is a tough one here, because both of these guys are getting some action. So I would say Leonard Fournette or Rachaad White is worth a flex out as a 3 or 4 at running back. I like Mike Evans in the game. Chris Godwin, I would say, he's another guy to put out there as well. None of those guys are ones, in my opinion, though. For Atlanta in this matchup, or pardon me, Arizona. I said Tampa Bay at Atlanta. I meant Tampa at Arizona. That makes Tampa's defense even better in this one. We already talked about Atlanta. So Tampa at Arizona. My Tampa stays the same as what to play. I do like Tampa's defense at special teams in this game against Arizona because you got Colt McCoy coming through a concussion protocol. God willing, he's okay. Trace McSorley might be playing. Kyler Murray's out. So really your value here is in James Conner and maybe a little bit of value for DeAndre Hopkins. Every quarterback has their guy, so if Trace McSorley's out there, then, maybe DeAndre Hopkins, maybe some more value to Trey McBride, because what does a backup quarterback go to when they step in? Typically, they're running back and tight end. I sound like a broken record, but this broken record still plays some pretty good music because it's true. So I do like James Conner and Trey McBride in this game more than anybody else. DeAndre Hopkins, hard to keep him off, but maybe you flex him out this week. And our final game, our Monday night game, Monday Night Football, December 26th, Los Angeles Chargers at the Indianapolis Colts. Chargers at the Colts, folks. We look at the Chargers, and they helped out Jacksonville by beating Tennessee recently here, and Indianapolis is behind both Tennessee and Jacksonville in the division. Los Angeles is 8-6. And the Colts are 4-9-1. Looking at this right now, the Colts are on the verge of being eliminated, and the Chargers are very much in play. They are in the 6th spot of 7 right now if the playoffs were to start today. The Chargers, Justin Herbert's worth the play in this one. Austin Eckler as well. And then I would say Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I like them all in this one. Gerald Everett and Donald Parham are both good to go here. So do I like either one of them as a tight end for you? Probably Everett over Parham. I think one of them is going to get a score over the weekend. So, if you got I got him as Everett as a low end 1. I got Parham as a tight end 2. But if you need somebody, you got guys injured, I think one of them is going to score. It's just hard to pick which one I think is going to get that ball. But I like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert in this game. On the other side of it, Zach Moss is the starter, believe it or not, coming from Buffalo to the Colts. Michael Pittman Jr., I would play him in this one, and maybe you flex out Zach Moss. Probably not. Not a lot of value for Indianapolis, especially in playoff time for you. So that does it for the Fantasy Football Power Hour, proudly powered by the Wildcat Sports Pub here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. I apologize that we had to split this into 2 parts with the internet being goofy out here, but we appreciate you being here with us where sports meets life on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, watching and listening worldwide every single Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and sometimes beyond that on YouTube.com, Facebook.com, and MixLR.com, all /Wake Up Call DT, as well as Facebook.com /LiveNowDT, and on WakeUpCallDT.com. Of course, once the shows go live, you can check out the archive. In the archive right now is our exclusive feature with the Lemoyne College Dolphins. You don't want to miss out on this feature. We have the exclusive announcement on Lemoyne naming a new volleyball head coach in Ana Pago, who is a native of Brazil, coming over from UNC Charlotte, where she was a recruiting coordinator, and before that, the University of New Haven, where she was an assistant coach and tabbed to be the head coach, which she got to serve in for a little bit, as well as help in recruiting. So don't miss out on that conversation with Bob Beretta, announcing exclusively the new head coach for Lemoyne's volleyball team. And of course, you could find that and so much more by going to Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts, MixLR, Player FM, Podbean, Podvine, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube. Just search Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, or one word, Wake Up Call DT, and you'll be able to catch all of that there. Big thanks to all of our incredible partners you've heard throughout the show. Many, many thanks to the wonderful people at Cafe Kubal, as well as Carvel DeWitt, and at the Wildcat Sports Pub, Witty Wicks, and Avicoli's Mon Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, PB&J's Lunchbox, Canine Camp Dog Daycare, Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, Mother's Cupboard, Honda City of Liverpool, which is now Great Lakes Honda City, and would also like to thank Chick-fil-A Watertown, Pizza Man, Canine Campground Dog Boarding, our newest partner, 317 at Montgomery, and of course, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora is the exclusive multimedia marketing partner of your Lemoyne College Dolphins. It is fins up every single month on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. We're here with the Dolphins on Wednesdays during Dolphin time, and our Dolphin time is a little bit later this Wednesday because I had to hold on to that announcement to release that to you exclusively on the new volleyball head coach. And stay tuned because Anna Pago will be on the show soon enough with another exclusive after accepting the position. You can see all of our content with the Dolphins during Dolphin time, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern time. On the first and third Wednesday of each month, we have the AD and DT segment with Athletics Director Bob Beretta and myself, Dan Tortora. Every second and fourth Wednesday, we have the Dolphin Dive, where we dive into stories of coaches, student athletes, administration, future Dolphins, and alumni. You can check out all of that content by going to our Lemoyne tab on wakeupcalldt.com, including the exclusive series on realignment and reclassification as Lemoyne looks at potentially moving from Division II to Division I. All of the content, all of those exclusives, everything that you know about Lemoyne going potentially to Division I has come through Wake Up Call exclusively through the president, through the athletic director, so you can go see that series as well on the Lemoyne tab on wakeupcalldt.com. You can also get all of our Lemoyne content by subscribing to our YouTube channel on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. And for more information on the Dolphins, go to LeMoyneDolphins.com. The Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats of Syracuse are also exclusive multimedia marketing partners with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. The Bobcats coming to you every single month with the Bobcat Buzz. We have had plenty of exclusives with the men's and women's soccer teams that had won national championships coming off of that in 2021, both of them, and we've had the opportunity to speak with them and their coaches and their student athletes. We've also been speaking throughout the season and before the season with men's and women's basketball for Bryan and Stratton, including Clay Gagan-Sherman in his first season as head coach of the men's basketball team, and Tay Baker in his first season as the head coach of the women's basketball team. And of course, we've had exclusive conversations with the inaugural baseball team and their head coach at Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse. For all of that content, go to the BSC Syracuse tab on wakeupcalldt.com, bookmark it, save it, and love it. And of course, you can also subscribe to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt and search Bobcat Buzz once you are there. For more information on your Bobcats, go to syracuse.bscbobcats.com. With all that being said, I want to thank you for being a part of today's show. It is also National Signing Day. I will be there at the press conference with Dino Babers, and I have plenty of specials coming up for you. So if you're saying, hey, Dan, you just did a complete show and you didn't say much about National Signing Day, well, that is coming up, folks. I'm excited to bring that to you. Many a thing coming up here, and we've already shared some stuff on social media. So stay tuned for that throughout the day today, and I look forward to spending National Signing Day with you. And I want to send out to all of the student athletes that are choosing where they're going for college football, do it with your heart. Pray to God. Trust your gut. Enjoy the moment. Smile and live it up. And just go have fun and live your dreams, because every day is a blessing, and it's the only gift we have is today. We don't have yesterday anymore, and we don't know if we have tomorrow. We have today. So celebrate today to the best of your ability. Have fun, and go catch your dreams, man. Go catch your dreams. To all the men and women out there, including here on National Signing Day, God bless you all. Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, Twitter at Call DT, Instagram at Wake Up Call _DT. I'll talk with you tomorrow morning, God willing. I'll talk with you throughout the day today. Go check out the exclusive with Lemoyne on all of our podcasting platforms. And as always, God bless, no stress. Do your best. We'll talk soon. Be well.